What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scripted Legend bringing you guys another YouTube video on Pepe. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload. Let's go straight into the content of today's video. Pepe, who is all time they're up drastically, but for the last year they're up 700%, and for the last month they're up nice little 35%. Or no, they're not up, they're down. My apologies. And that's what we want to get into. I want to get into what is holding Pepe back? Well, they have been seeing relatively good volume for the last 24 hours, but I believe right now crypto as a whole is hitting a strong sell wall. As we go over to Binance, 23% of the volume you can see was negative. They saw, or Pepe saw, however you want to think of it, um, they saw massive amounts of negative inflow in the form of large sales. There was 9.22 trillion tokens in negative or in sales, in large sales, and then 7.6 trillion in large buys. Now, before we continue today's video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you are watching this video to this point, please leave in the comment section Pepe. All right, now let's keep this video going. So with all that information, what else can we get from this? We're going to figure out the average transaction size, or just the volume of these transactions. Now, this was the first time in a long time we've seen this many large transactions. Actually, on February 3rd, we saw a massive amount of transactions that were higher than $100,000. We saw 876 transactions that were of the price point of $100,000 or more, and this was part of a decline, or this started a decline in the price as well. And we can see that usually when there's a bunch of transactions in the form of large or in the form of $100,000, it's usually a sell-off, especially because Pepe is at such a high point. It's hard for me to imagine people buying in at these points for large numbers. But people have. We can't negate that people have or haven't, because when we go over and look at the break-even price, we can see that people are breaking even around these price points of actually where we are currently. 59% or 60% of investors, current investors, are seeing money. They are in the money. They are actually receiving profits, or are having paper profits, which means they haven't actualized their profits. So they haven't actually sold their tokens. Another 40% is experiencing loss of money, and then 2% are experiencing a break-even price. At this number, they are experiencing break-even price, which you would say, that's pretty good, Scripted. I don't get why you're saying a lot of people are breaking even right now, or they're experiencing losses. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Well, if you compare that to Ethereum, you can see that 62% are experiencing gains, or gains in the form of paper, and then 32% of people are experiencing paper loss. You go over to Bitcoin, you can see that 91% of Bitcoin investors are experiencing paper gains, and 4% are experiencing paper losses. So that's why I said that's one reason why, in comparison to the rest of the industry, Pepe's investors and holders aren't sitting too peacefully and happily. But if we go back also to the time people have held, we can see that we're gonna go by the balance in the time held. Whenever you see the yellow, that means a lot of people bought in. Once you see the blue, then you realize, okay, these people have been holding for quite a bit of time. And let me move my camera so you guys can see that with clear visibility. So yes, we can see a lot of people bought in at that price point of 502 back on May 9th of 2023. Moving since then, we can see that people have been, those same people that were holding or bought in back then became holders. 400 trillion, my fault. 400, no, that's not 400 trillion. This is why I need addresses, but it's glitching right now. For some odd reason, it's glitching to where I can't even look at it. But Yes, 400 trillion tokens is what they're saying. 400 trillion worth of Pepe were bought, and during that time period, and then those same people that got in around that time became long-term holders and for in 1 year holders, as we can see by these metrics. But here's where I want to get into it. Right here, we see some first time or some first month investors buying some Pepe, and the price was sitting at 509. Well, I'll be danged. That's where the price is at now. And we also see an even bigger uptick in as far as volume. And let's also go into how much Pepe was traded or bought at this time period. At least every day from February 27th all the way until February or until March 29th, 150 trillion Pepe were bought every day. Every day. Now, that's fleeting in comparison to what we saw when Pepe hit a price point of 4021. We saw a whole bunch of people buying in, and they were buying in at least two, like as a whole, as a collective, 200 trillion tokens, and that was when Pepe was on that all-time high run. This is why people cannot buy high and sell low, because then you end up like, and give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all what you look like. You look like this. You look like this. Holders at the current price is 52% paper loss and 40% paper gains, because some of these people are the people that have been holding for a year, so they're seeing their profits right now. The others bought in at the all-time high. Fear of missing out. My. But that's it for today's video, man. I hope you guys have a blessed one and stay safe. We can also see from these metrics that 73% of the holders, or 70, there's a concentration of 73% of by large holders, and it's 73% of the total supply. Yay. And we can also see that 23% of holders, there we go, I had to fix my camera. 23% of holders have been holding for a year. 68% have been holding for 1 to 12 months. 9% of holders have been holding for a month. Now, with all that being stated, let's end the video here. If you've watched this video to this point, leave a comment saying Pepe, just so that I know that you guys watched the video, and it also helps me out tremendously. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.